As y'all can see, I have cut my hair very short. It was like almost to my butthole for a long time, and now it's very short. Even though I didn't shave my hair off in the bathroom by myself, I definitely had a Britney Spears-esque kind of feeling about it, kind of a renewal, kind of like a je ne sais quoi. Hey, I'm Karina. Welcome to my channel where I share my life with you. This video is going to be all about why I cut my hair, why I kept my hair long for so long, and help you decide whether you girls with long, beautiful, or anybody with long, beautiful hair should cut your hair from a personal growth perspective, not from a am I cute or not perspective. Of course that matters, but this video is going to be about should you cut your hair. So some context, I was never allowed to have long hair growing up. Every summer I had to cut my hair because I felt like my parents were trying to control me. However, I didn't brush my hair, so it was probably just easier for everybody. I definitely thought it was like a weird power play. At least that's how it felt. I got a lot of compliments and people around me would gush about my hair before I cut my hair. Over the past decade, I've been growing it out and got all the way down to, like I said, almost to my butthole when I was in the shower. I became pretty proud of myself for having the self-discipline to not do anything crazy to my hair, and I would just trim it and it was beautiful and growing and flowing and nothing crazy. In my teens, I bleached my hair probably 100 times. I had every hair color you could think of in the rainbow: blue, red, purple, green, orange. And of course, since my hair is dark, it would bleach to yellow all the time, and it was just unfortunate. I remember I told my mom, when I grow up, I probably will just grow up and won't want to cut my hair or keep dyeing it and mistreating it and putting it through all these chemical processes. Hey, just let me do this now and get over it, Mom, because if I get it out of my system now, it'll all be good when I'm older and I'm mature. I still stand by this theory, the fuck around and find out theory. If anyone is curious about something, it might just be easier to just do it and deal with the consequences than live with regret, questioning, or indecision looking back. Back to the present current event stuff, I really started to feel like my personality and my hair were competing. This is me, and then there's just a bunch of hair just covering me up. I don't know why I started to feel that way. I also started to zoom in and notice when people would just use my hair as a talking point and not ask me how I'm doing and just be like, did you straighten your hair today? Do you hair, and it wasn't super, it didn't mean anything. It just was boring. It grew really boring. I hated that. I started to associate my long, beautiful hair with a superficial cover up for who I really was. I know that might sound a little dramatic, but this is what we're here for, the drama. I dug really deep on that thought. Was my hair a superficial cover up for who I really was? Was it easier for people to talk to me about hair than it was to ask me, what I'm doing, how I'm doing? I don't know. That could be a stretch, So I wanted to just see if, I'm curious now, I dug around on Reddit and YouTube and saw a number of communities who were on these pages on Reddit and on YouTube, should I cut my hair? Should I not cut my hair? This is what happened when I cut my hair. And I was just wow, I want to figure out why this is such a big deal to cut or not to cut. I feared regretting it for sure. I was in indecision for months. And looking back on that, I wish I had just done it earlier, just so I wouldn't have to deal with that headspace of my hair. It's just so silly and vapid. I've realized that I was more worried about what other people would think about me cutting my hair, because I don't really care. I didn't know that. I did not know that until I really thought about this mysterious hair thing. So yeah, I was more worried about having to deal with people's comments or not liking it or the change or people wondering what was up with me, instead of just doing what I wanted to do for my own convenience in life and what I want. If I want to try out a new look, whatever, my reasons, I had put underneath what I thought other people liked, and that was because everybody was talking about my fucking hair. I grew really tired of thinking about it. Whenever I would sit in a big normal chair like this, my hair would get caught all up in it, and it was just really, it just took up a lot of headspace. I didn't realize that until I cut it. So anyways, back to the real point for you guys, for you long-haired beauties out there, should you cut your hair? Question 1, does it matter that much either way? For some people, yes. For some people, no. I'm sure there are like a million reasons why, like for health reasons or for personal reasons, cultural, religious reasons, that you may not want to cut your hair, and those are your main values, and that's totally cool. I will tell you that for me, it didn't matter. Number 2, do you want to cut your hair, or is it short-lived trend? Are you just getting on this summer bob wagon? You could cut your hair and be on a summer bob wagon trend, or you could cut your hair because you want to cut your hair. There's a huge difference. So think about it. Like, are you the kind of person that tends to like go with trends and then regret the trend and then realize it's out of style and be searching for the newest hot thing? That's very common. It's very normal, unfortunately. Figure out what you like. Figure out if that's really what you would like if it wasn't like a hot new trend. I remember I got like super short bangs once, like super short. It was cute for like a second. Thank God bangs grow, like my hair grows pretty fast. But like, if you want to try it, that's cool. If you don't actually like it and you're just like, yeah, sure, I think that's what people like and that's the trendy thing, which I've totally been guilty of, probably not. Probably no. Like, do you like your long hair? Does it resonate with your personality? Do you like that? Or do you just like want to cut your hair and like went through a breakup or something? You have to really ask yourself, like, are you just trying to cut your hair to like feel better about yourself in a way that won't be sustainable? Okay, number 3, will you be okay if someone says that they don't like it and they miss your old hair and you made a mistake? Will you be okay with that? I had to ask myself that question because I had realized that I was like, oh no, I don't want to deal with this one acquaintance that told me never to cut my hair 2 weeks ago to have a bad reaction towards me. And I was like, that is an old, weird idea and behavior, and I hadn't even realized it, and I don't really give a fuck what that girl thinks personally. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I would be totally okay if anybody else did not like it, because I want to do it. And I was getting like annoyed that like I had this long hair, I didn't even like it anymore. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 4, why would you cut your hair? And that is just kind of like the summary of all those questions. Do you want to cut your hair because you're bored? Do you want to cut your hair because you want to try a new look out? Do you want to cut your hair because you're curious? Do you want to cut your hair because everyone else is doing it? Do you want to cut your hair because you want to look like somebody that you're not? That is the question. Lots of people cut their hair. I think like the Britney movement, like the shaving the head thing, very cool or whatever. She was going through some mental health crises and people made fun of her about it, and it's fucking awful. However, there is kind of a truth to like, I'm going to dye my hair, cut my hair, and it was very fun for me, and I just wanted to try things out when I was younger, you know? But I also know that people, like if something is going on in their life, in my life, going through a breakup, going through a life change, which I am, not going through a breakup, going through a life change, I'm pretty sure. Like I'm moving, that's my life change. It won't fix it. Like maybe you'll get like this quick high of like, wow, I look different, I did something new. Or you hate it and you're just like, why did I do that? I was being silly. New hair will not fix your problems, and that should be obvious, but it doesn't seem that obvious to a lot of people. Personally, I reflected on these questions and promptly made my choice. I cut my hair. I watched half a Brad Mondo tutorial on YouTube. I went to the bathroom in my new apartment at 9:30 at night, and I cut my hair with a pair of office scissors. I felt like Britney because I felt like I was being controlled by other people's like wants and desires and opinions, but I didn't go as drastic as to cut it all off because I still am kind of vain. It took me like an hour and a half to get it even. I should have watched the whole tutorial. I watched like half the tutorial. I was like, I got this, it's easy. And no, I'm going to get it fixed though. Like there's some stuff going on in the back and it's just a little longer on this side than I like it to be. It's probably going to be shorter soon. You know, the weirdest thing about cutting my hair is that the second I did it, I felt more grounded. I felt like I could focus more. I felt like the burden, like the literal and figurative weight of my hair was just like lifted off my shoulders. The effect I got was not what I expected. Like I still like have this, it's been like 2 weeks now. I still feel like really more like myself, and I didn't have an ounce of regret, which was crazy because I remember every time I would get my hair cut and they cut it like an inch shorter than I said I wanted them to cut it, I would like cry and get really upset. So I knew it was like, this was the moment. This was the right thing to do. I love it. What do you guys think? And do you guys ever feel like your hair is overly expressive of a personality that may or may not be authentic to you? My long hair was a part of me. It was too much a part of me. It had to go. And that's okay. And I think it's really cute. See you guys next time.